You know what I was thinking? You know what this review needs? Ah, Mid90s. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Importance movie review of Mid90s, the first film from Jonah Hill, and stars Suljic, Lucas Hedges, and Na-Kel Smith. So, the idea behind Mid90s is it's the opportunity to go back to anyone who grew up in the 90s, maybe in the skater era, maybe in this world of, Ren and Stimpy and, just popular culture back in the 90s. People like myself grew up in the 90s, so to be able to go back and see kind of like what the 90s were back in the day is a lot of fun. And here we get a simple story of a kid played by Suljic who is he feels underappreciated. He doesn't have a lot of friends. One day he sees these kids who are skating in a park, and he one day goes to the shop with one of the kids and becomes friends with these kids. And they're kids that are not necessarily the greatest kids in the world. They have used a lot of language. They drink. They smoke. They have sex. They're kids in the 90s from the hood. They're just that type of people. But they love what they do. They love the idea of skating, and that's basically your simple story of this movie. And what Jonah Hill is doing here is not only is this movie shot in a 4:3 ratio, which is what a TV was like back in the time, but he's giving you a sense of what it was like to live in this era. This era was full of just hanging out, just bullshitting with your friends, just talking, just having fun. And it's seen through the eyes of a 13-year-old kid who is thrust into this world of, like I said, the drinking and the smoking and the having sex and just hanging out with your friends. And that's what I liked about this movie. This movie is not the greatest well-written movie in the world, but that's not the whole point. It gives me nostalgia to see a kid wearing a Ren and Stimpy shirt or wearing a Simpsons shirt or just hanging with people that are not necessarily you're gonna remember when you grow up. It's just that type of film. And Suljic is fantastic in this movie. Is just a kid who has his eyes are wondrous and his smile, and he just wants to have friends. And, when he sees these kids, he wants to be like them, but, it's bringing him into a world that he shouldn't be in because he's too young. And the character that is played by Na-Kel Smith, whose character Ray, he wants to become a professional skater. And he's trying to get himself out of the situation where his friends just want to smoke and drink and all that stuff. And he becomes kind of like a mentor to Sonny's character. And in the essence of the story, his brother, who's played by the great Lucas Hedges, this guy's going to be an amazing actor, kind of like Timothée Chalamet, as he moves along further in his career. His brother beats up on him. He makes fun of him. He steals from his mom. He acts like a tough guy, but in the end, he's just a scared kid who his mom didn't really pay attention to him. And when he learns that his friend or his brother is in this situation, he tries to get him out of it and so on and so forth. And then we got the mother, who's played by Kathrine Waterston, who is actually kind of the weak link in this movie, but she's still pretty decent. She's playing the mom who you remember growing up if you had a mom like this. She's very overprotective. She cares about her kids. She wants her kids to love her, but she's made a lot of mistakes in her life. And it's resulted in her brother, her son, stealing from her, and she can't really do much about it. And there's a great scene between Sonny and Kathrine Waterston's character about 40 to 50 minutes in the movie that just it breaks your heart to see this play out like this. And the other characters, the other kids, one's called Fuck Shit, which is kind of interesting, but he's played by Olan Prenatt, who hasn't done anything before. He's fun in this role. He is the craziest of the kids. He's the one always drinking. You have a guy named Ryder McLaughlin who plays fourth grade. He's a kid that's kind of a simpleton, doesn't have a lot of money, just there filming the videos. He kind of reminded me of just the kid that you would always see, that wants to be famous, wants to be a celebrity, but maybe will never be. Then you have Gio Glacia, who's playing Ruben, who's kind of, at first in the story, is very envious of Sonny's character because Sonny does something that basically propels him into the coolness of this group. I don't know. Jonah Hill, for an actor who has been known for his raunchy work, who's been known for his overzealous work, has been known for this over the top character, has come into his own in like no way I've ever seen possible. He not only has gone on to get 2 Oscar nominations, but he has a level of sincerity and a level of honesty that he's put into this movie, and it bleeds through. This is the kind of story you can see these characters in Jonah Hill. I guarantee you this is like an amalgamation of what Jonah Hill's life was like. You see the 4th grade character who is a filmmaker. You see the Sonny character who's kind of like the loner kid. You see the Ruben character who is, you know, the angry, jealous character. You see the one Ray who wants to get out, become more creative. And then you see the fuck shit character who is kind of like how Jonah Hill is in like Superbad. He's very, you know, mouthy and naughty in how he speaks. And this movie, it takes no punches in how these kids speak. They say some stuff that is really offensive, and they don't care. And that's the whole point of the movie. But I think this movie is not perfect. You know, it's definitely a first movie for an actor who became a director. It's kind of like Bradley Cooper or George Clooney. You can tell that they're going to become better as they grow and they learn more about behind the camera work and so on and so forth. But for a first effort, for a first-time director in Jonah Hill, he shows, like I said, he shows a lot of depth and a lot of depth. And it's just a fascinating story to watch this kid just go through life, just make friends. And the way it turns out in the end is not going to please everyone, but like I said, I enjoyed this movie, so, you know, take that for what it's worth. But like I said, definitely check it out if you're interested to see a nostalgia trip for the 90s, if you grew up in the 90s. If not, it's also like a coming of age story, which is really cool. But that's it. That's going to be my take on Mid90s. I hope you guys see it. I hope you enjoy it. But as always, if you like what you see, always remember to rate, subscribe, check out the YouTube page, check out Facebook, Twitter, email enlapola113@gmail.com. Let me know what you thought of Mid90s if you've seen it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? All that good stuff. But otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Peace.